I think what we're seeing here is how international factors continue to drive inflation with gas prices up more than 50%. And we're really seeing that those increases in interest rates that happened earlier this month really are going to take time to work their way through the system. And it's going to be a tough slog for a number of months, I believe. Increasing interest rates will slow down the housing market.
The voice you are hearing is that of Sheila Block, a senior economist with the Center for Policy Alternatives, who believes that several factors could trigger a recession for the Canadian economy within the next 6 to 8 months. Sheila's position may not be far from the truth. The efforts of the Canadian government to fix the towering inflation problem could trigger a recession in the country. This is not the first time we will be witnessing scenarios as such. This is similar to what is happening in the United States, where the Feds are doing everything possible to pull back inflation. However, the country is going into a technical recession. We hope that whoever is in charge of the Canadian economy knows that inflation is not bad for an economy. A little bit of inflation is even healthy for the Canadian economy. According to Sheila, any effort to control inflation will slow down economic activities, which will spell doom. Let's listen further to her position. Please watch, share, and like this video. Also, ensure you drop your thoughts and observations below and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the video.
This kind of an aim at the decrease in the inflation rate means you have a recession. And with recession, people lose work, businesses can go bankrupt or go out of business, and it's that real contraction in the economy that actually slows down inflation. So, we can really ask whether the cure is worse than what ails us, and have some concerns that that might be the case over the next 6 to 8 months. Everybody's aware of it. Nobody's happy about it, but it's really people on fixed incomes and low-wage earners that are really suffering the most through this. We continue to see that the increase in costs are associated with those basics, right? And so we see those basics like gas, like food, like rent, continuing to increase at close to, if not at double-digit rates.
In line with the view of Sheila Blocks, we've heard the economists at the Royal Bank of Canada point to how Canada cannot avoid falling into what they term a moderate and short-lived recession in 2023. This timeline aligns with the prediction of Sheila of 6 to 8 months. While labor shortages and rising interest rates are two reasons for this looming recession, none of it is as pronounced as the effects of inflation. Similar to what the U.S. Federal Reserve did by hiking rates by 75 points, the Bank of Canada also has this on its sleeve as a way to regulate the continuous inflation. With the expected increase of rates by the Bank of Canada, we will experience a growth restriction and, in the end, a hard-biting recession in the face of high household debt. At this point, there is always one move on the books of central banks, and it's to implement a contractionary monetary policy by hiking rates. However, history has taught us that this always ends in a worse situation.
So people are going to have to, tighten their belts and make those decisions about what they can or can't afford to do. And unfortunately, for low-income people, a lot of those decisions are between rent and food, and that is really terrible in a country like ours.
There you have it, a piece of advice by Sheila Blocks. Maybe you have to start preparing for a recession, as it's definitely going to come. You don't know what comes next and when things will improve. The onus is now on you to take charge and stock of your financial situation. This is no time to be in the dark about where to start financially. Outside of this, there's really not much you can do, and most of the decisions are beyond you. Just prepare yourself and your household for what is to come. While you still can, let's know your plans for the looming recession via the comment box. Thanks for watching.